Hallelujah. So excited to be here this morning. Jam your hands for Jesus. And there are new every morning, always new every morning. Oh, great, it's your every morning, always new every morning. Oh, great is your faithfulness. Oh, great is your faithfulness. And no power of hell, that's right. Hey! No scheme of man can ever pluck me from his hand. Return, calls me home. Arakapatoka bayalada. Power of hell, no scheme of man can ever pluck me from his hand. Calls me home here in the power of Inemere modima, inemere modima, hey, inemere modima, inemere modima, inemere modima. Take me, Lord, to your secret place, Lord. Take me, hey, into your holy place. Let me see your face. Hey, 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 and your glory, Lord. Hey, hey.
You more than I know you, Lord. Take me, Lord, to your secret place, Lord. Take me by the hand to your holy place.
Let me see your face.
Let me see your face and your glory, Lord. Let me know you more than I know.
So take me, Lord. Take me, Lord. Ikabara daga 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 da. Esheke balaga dogoro. Ikamana na na elemenegedia. Oh,
Take me by your hand
arabalagadia.
to your holy
Let me see your face. Let me see your face.
your face
And your glory, Lord. Let me know you more.
Let me know you more than I am known for.
Father, take us to the place. Hold our hands. Hold our hands, Lord, this morning. And put your word in our mouths. Teach us in your own way, Lord. And let your glory saturate us. Let your presence engulf us. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Celebrate yourselves this morning as you take your seat. Hallelujah. Please be seated. If we continue like this, 1 hour will be gone. And we'll just keep going higher. Amen. I am not here alone. I am here with my brother Hope Joseph from the Armed Forces Radio. Please celebrate my brother here. It's a big masquerade in the radio industry. And also I'm here with my quintessential amiable immaculate wife, Joy. So I did not come alone. Hallelujah. I want to celebrate my brother Pastor Gambo and his amiable wife. Please give them a round of applause. I don't want you to casualize what they are doing in your life. Hey, come on. I don't want you to casualize what they are doing in your lives. It's a whole lot that they are investing in your life. And I want you to take it as a privilege. When you see something as a privilege, you will not abuse it. Please celebrate them one more time. I will ask for one prayer that you will be praying for them daily, if you can, for more grace upon their lives. The best thing you can do for someone is to hold his hands and move. Follow who know road, you no go miss road. There are good examples that you can follow. This morning, I'll be looking at a couple of things quickly. I can see my time tickling. But I want you to write as fast as you can write. Document as much as you can document. I did not blow fuel to come here to entertain anybody. I came not to impress you, but to impress upon your hearts something that you can live with. We just finished radio program now. My radio program. And we are heading here. Just stop briefly at home. From here now, I have another radio program again. Back. So it's back to back. But this meeting is very important. And that is why we are here this morning. How can you invest in yourself? That is one thing we'll be looking at. How can you invest in yourself? How best can you invest in yourself? That's one thing we'll be looking at. Then 2, how can we use this social media technology to improve on us, to improve on your business? And number 3, how can you start up your business and grow your business? 3 things. The number 1 thing I will start with is the best investment you can do for yourself is the investment that you can do for yourself. And that is why the best thing that you can do for you is to invest on you. The value you put on you is the value people see you with. Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one rises to low expectation. People cannot see you as a mediocre when you are seeing yourself as a global entity. No. It is the value you place on yourself that people will place on you. So how do you invest in yourself? 3 things I will say briefly. Number 1, life is a choice. Life is a choice. Number 2, every choice you make in life has a corresponding effect and consequence. Because there's a law we call law of causality. For every cause, there's a corresponding effect. So the choices you are making have corresponding consequences. And number 3, quickly, in investing in yourself, is that you can control or change the choices you are making, but you cannot control or change the consequences of the choices you make. Meaning, if you decide to change your situation today, it is a possibility. But if you decide not, that possibility stands and you remain status quo and nothing will change. Miles Monroe of blessed memory said something. He said, nothing changes until your mind changes. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if your mind is not transformed, if your mind is not renewed, if your mind is not changed, nothing will change. For your reproach to change, your approach needs to change. So you cannot change your reproach if your approach is still same. Routines will remain routines to give you the same old result you are getting. But when your routines change, your results will change. Many people are interested in becoming successful, but very few are committed to being successful. So interest amounts to wish. If wishes were roses, things would have happened. Let me tell you, not all that is rough is priceless, and not all that glitters is gold. Some things can be rough and still have some value. If you remember gold, it appears in ore. But when you refine it and refine it, the more you keep refining it, the more the value comes out. That is who you are. The more you keep working on you, the more you keep working on yourself, the better the best version of you. But so many of us are lackadaisic. We are just comfortable with where we are. Listen to this. You might be comfortable where you are, but listen to this. Your comfort zone might be hard for you to leave, but it is harder staying broke. You didn't get that. It might be hard for you to leave your comfort zone, but it is definitely harder to stay broke. One of my mentors, Les Brown, said he was so broke that he could trip the alarm clock when he walked past the bank. Because of how broke he was, alarm trips off. Now, this is you now. Where you are today is a function of the decision you have made to be here today. So many people said it's a Saturday, they are cruising. But cruising in low mentality, bankruptcy of mentality, episodic chronic mumuity. The time you spend to sit down and learn what can change your life is way better than 50,000 someone will give you. Because you will finish 50,000 in no time. But what you are learning today will help you push through. Because life is a choice. What decisions are you making today? What decisions are you making today? Yesterday we were at somewhere in Kaura, behind James Village. Do you know what they call the place? Tobacco Village. How many of you have been there for crusade? Me and my brother Hanel. We were there, I think we got home around 11 in the evening. We met this young man at Orozo. This is the 16th week. You find him everywhere in Abuja. He's the minister now. Everywhere. Now, it's a function. Now, why did I bring this story? I was telling my brother this morning when we were coming. I said, there are places you go to. And when you go back home, you weep and say, Lord, I am grateful for where I am. Bacha. That was where people were staying in Abuja. Bacha. We now ask, where do you go to ease yourself? He said, the bush there. If you see the thick forest there, you cannot even when the thing wants to come out, you just say, control yourself, because somebody can wole you there. That is where human beings are staying. But here you are, all dressed. But you still go back and say, God has not been faithful to you. Life has not been fair. Which color do you want? He said, I wish it happened. You wish it happened to who? Give me some phone numbers. Life is a decision. A mistake, write it down. A mistake made more than once is no longer a mistake, but a decision. Why do you now need to invest in yourself? You need to invest in yourself. Number one, because every day might not be a good day, but there's a good in every day. But you need to find that good in every day. That is the number one reason. Every day might not be a good day, but there's a good in every day. But you need to find that good in every day in order for that day to be good for you. Sheridan Hooper said something. Sheridan Hooper, if you are writing down. She said, life is more about learning how to dance in the rain than finding shelter in the storm. Pastor Gambo. Life is more about learning how to dance in the rain. You know it's difficult to learn how to dance in the rain than finding shelter in the storm. The implication of that is many people like to go to their comfort zone. That is what is keeping us. There's a shade, there's a shelter somewhere, you just go and hide. But the eagle, the mother eagle, has taught the eaglet, the baby eagle, how not to be comfortable. Do you know what the mother eagle does? When the eaglet, the baby eagle, is matured enough to start flying, the first test, it moves him out of that nest and puts thorns in the nest. Takes it up, drops it. It bounces on those thorns. He will come up. When he comes up again, he picks, drops. You see blood. He picks. The eaglet wouldn't drop again because there's a pain down there. When you pick yourself up this morning and tell yourself, I am tired of this status quo. I am tired of where I am. I need to fly as the eaglet. I need to learn how to move and fend for myself. Then you begin to see that your story changes. See, if you come here every day and lock up yourself for 1 week and go back without taking action, hunger plus ulcer will finish you. Prayer without work is sleep action. If there's no action tied down to what you are doing, you wasted your time and wasted Jesus' time here. Why? God has given us wisdom as believers to use this common sense, but common sense is not common. A lot of people are not using their senses, and they join the league of complainers. You know, misery loves company. Do you know what I'm going through? You say, the one I'm going through is more than the one you're going through. Then as you are going, you see another person. He said, the one that you are going through is baby boy. The one that I'm going through is the grandmother of that one that I go. Company with misery. Association. But when you begin to tell yourself, where I am today is a function of the decision I've decided to take, then you say, then I'm ready to change this decision. Proverbs 24, 30 to 34. He said, and I went to the field of the slothful. Listen to this. I went to the field of the slothful. Proverbs 24, 30 to 34. And behold, there were nettles and thorns, all grown in the place. And even the stone wall was falling. That is to say, the wall of the fence fell down. The guy was sleeping. He was not aware. And he said, and I listened a little instruction. He said, a little sleep, a little slumber. So shall die. Now, I like that part that said die, poverty. So shall die poverty. come upon you as the one that traveled. Now, listen to this. The meaning of that is that there is a travail. There is poverty, but poverty can be personalized. That is, you can decide either to be poor or to be wealthy. Oh yeah. It's a blank check God has given to us. The decision you are making will determine where you are. So I'm seated here. Have we decided to be poor? Come on. I want to hear answers. Remember the 4 lepers in 2 Kings 7:3. He said, if we stay here, we will die of hunger. If we move into the city, already there's hunger there. People are practicing cannibalism, eating their babies. If we go to the Assyrians, there may be a chance for us to succeed or not to succeed. But it's better to have that chance to succeed, to take risks, because life is a risk. And they moved. Now listen, what happened in verse 5 to 7? He said, at twilight. At twilight should be maybe about 12, 1, there about 2, 3, when the morning is just coming. Ask yourself, what do you do at twilight? You keep changing gear. Me sometimes. You change gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, entering gear 6, na trailer. At twilight, they do what? They arose. Now listen to this. God will never arise if you don't arise. Thank you, sir. God will never arise if you don't arise. I think there's an announcement here. Help us to announce. Those having, is it inner turn or what? Should. Okay, questions. Oh, fine. This is a signature. I hope you are using this for calligraphy. Submit to the ushers. Yes, questions. You submit your questions to the ushers. Please.
You can submit, write it down and submit to the ushers. So we'll attend to you after this message.
You understand it? Very important. Very, very important. He said, at twilight they arose and they walked and they moved. What we are doing now is principles. You want to learn business. This is desperation. You must be desperate to change your business numbers. And when they moved, God magnified the sound of their legs. And the 4 lepers got to the place, and the Assyrians flew. Why? They heard the sound. Exodus 3:3. The burning bush was there. God did not say anything. He kept quiet. Moses was looking, moping, and just there. Didn't take any action. But he said, I will now turn aside to see. Immediately he made that statement, God spoke. Do you know the implication of that? Until you decide to make a statement about your life, about your situation, the situation remains status quo. How many of us are willing to make a statement today to change our story? What I'm doing today did not start today, but I had it in mind that this is what I want to do. And if there's something like a next life, I want to be speaking. This is what I want to do. This is what I enjoy doing. One of the most important things in my life is what I'm doing now. Speaking to minds. And the best place to speak is when you have young people like this. Because you are sowing a seed that will grow. Amen. How can you invest in yourself? Why do you need to invest in yourself? You need to invest in yourself because your story tomorrow can only be complete with your story today. This is how to see your past. Don't see your past from a negative angle of, I wish this was it. No. Your biography, your history does not predicate your future. Where you are today is not a function of where you were yesterday. No. It's a function of where you are today and where you are thinking of going tomorrow. So begin not to think about the past. My parents are not wealthy. My parents don't have money. That is not an excuse. Anybody can become anybody. Yes. If that anybody decides to become that somebody. Can you see the equation? So whatever you want to become, whoever you want to become today, is a function of the decision you have made. How many of you know Jack Ma? The Chinese billionaire. Jack Ma was so poor, he couldn't afford anything. You don't know Alibaba? Worldwide. Worldwide. But he made a decision that he was not going to continue the same way. All these big names you hear, Dr. Cosmos Maduka, Coscharis Motors, he was a poor man. I heard two things from him. He said, you can be 14 and thinking 40. Oh yeah. You can be 15 and thinking 50. That is to say, your age now, in fact, you have technology more. So your technology should give you more. Some of you are carrying phone of 350,000, but you are not making 1 naira with it. You need deliverance. 350,000 phone, but that phone is not making money for you. Sell it and buy a recharge card. It's useless to you. Now in this age and time, you can do something and post it, and the whole world will see it simultaneously. You just boost it, just pay small token, and you boost it and everybody will see it. We have entered number 2 now. How you can use social media to improve yourself. Your phone is a gadget. You don't need a building. Before you need a shop to sell products. Now you don't need a shop. You need a phone. Or you need a means of communication. And the phone is easy because you can put it anywhere. But the more you keep using your phone on chats, the more you chat out yourself. On radio this morning I said, for the guys now, don't concentrate on side chicks. Concentrate on side checks. Yeah. Concentrate on side checks. Cash in, cash out something. Don't be following people like, please, can I have your number? Have your number for what? You start a business, you are not ready to finish. What do you need my number for? I just want to have it. You will not have it. Concentrate on side checks. That is what will push you. 100 level, what do you want to start with relationship? It is as useless as anything. More distraction. More wahala, too wahalus for yourself. All that you need to do, use your phone wisely. The first 3 hours of your day, 7 to 10, after your devotion, if you remember to do one, it's not on chat, WhatsApp, Facebook. No. It is for you to define your priorities for the day. What is the task for that day? I want to read 1 book weekly. In 52 weeks, I have read, which is 1 year, I've read 52 books. Let me tell you, if you are able to cover 1 book per week in a particular subject, as a student, whether you are in secondary or university, undergraduate, postgraduate, overgraduate, whatever you are, reading 1 book per time in a particular field, in 1 year, you will be competing with a professor that is having general knowledge. I am not over-exaggerating this thing. 1 book per week in a particular topic. That is the power of the internet. You can find any book on the internet and read it. But how many of us are engaging our times there? That is the tool you can use. Post something. My wife does kunu. Best kunu. Quote me anywhere. There are kunu you drink. It's like water. As you are drinking it, you are wasting it. But there are kunu you drink. You know that you are eating food. Because of the emermenda inside this thing. The content gives it that solidity. She made masa this morning. I've eaten 4. Yes, with soup. You know that, Taushe? How many of you know? You guys are Ajibota, Gen Z. You know Taushe? With bone, biscuit bone. How about Dole. Please celebrate yourselves this morning. She's a director of a school. She has a school. But she does these side things to bring more money. To bring more money. What you are bringing on board as a lady is not your beauty. After beauty, what again? Ego ne moral support. Somebody went to a function and people were donating money. He came up, one, English fool him out. He said, I'm donating my moral support. So as he finished in an Igbo setting, so the people were wondering, how much is now this moral support? So they now ask, Egone is how much? They now say, Egone will moral support. That is, how much is moral support? What is the quantity of moral support? People are donating money. They are saying moral support. That is what happens. My brother brought me here so I can stir your minds that there is a possibility in everything you do. Write this down. Every possibility in life is a product of responsibility. Every possibility in life is a product of responsibility. So what responsibility are you taking? Every possibility in your life is a product of your responsibility. Number 2, every vision in life is a hidden reality. Every vision in life is a hidden reality. That is to say, that vision, that thing you've been nurturing in your mind, is a hidden reality. But to unveil that hidden reality, you must take action. Write it down. Vision without action is mere notion. Vision without action is mere notion. It's just an idea. And most times, the ideas of a poor man is just mere suggestion. It's biblical. The ideas of a poor man is mere suggestion. How many of you know that most village meetings stay long for the bankruptcy of money, Moneria? The bankruptcy of money. People keep running around. It's money something. 200,000 can solve the problem they are talking about for 5 hours. And somebody appears and says, what is the problem? They say money. He said, can 500,000 solve it? Meeting has closed. Move to next agenda. That is what we're looking at. Esther, Joseph generation. Where you have so much solidity that you can go for evangelism and close up a street and speak the word and see children playing ball and say, how many balls do you need? Buy 5 for them. Buy jersey for them. Tomorrow you come. Jesus is Lord. They will follow you to your church. It is when you wear shoe that is almost facing heaven and you go to a place and you say, do you know my Jesus? They will say, we know him. Because you are not appearing like your Jesus. See, this thing people say, oh, money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money. When you begin to derail, I was telling people on the radio this morning, 4 Nigerians on the high sea were thrown. They sneaked into the ship at the Atlantic Ocean. And when they discovered that they were there, they threw them inside the ocean. Just this week, this happened. They threw them into the ocean. Do you know the kind of wild animals inside that ocean? And God rescued them. A vessel, a logistic vessel, a French-based Nigerian, they were moving and they noticed some movement in the water. And when they saw that movement, they stopped. And lo and behold, 4 Nigerians were in that water. Almost gone. What? In search of greener pasture. It is an episodic chronic mummiity. If you are so desperate to make it that way, that desperation raised to power 10, if you use it here, it will work. You can jabba and be in Saba. It's my book, it's coming. You can jabba and be in Saba. That is, you can travel abroad and still be in want, in lack. Going to England does not make you glad. You can go to Holland and hold no land. That you went to UK does not make your life okay. My time is racing. Hey, Pastor Gambo, I finished the thing with worship. I'm telling you, you can go to UK and still not be okay. So it's not about going there. If you go there, what are you going to do? How can I sell my properties here? Where I am celebrated, I left it to go to where I am merely tolerated. I become a yarrow boy there. Washing dead body. walking from one restaurant to the other. But here, if they say make you wash plate, you don't go wash plate. Just to get, let me tell you, all that you make there, you will spend there. Yes. If you are living in a house and you are paying 1,000 pounds, that 1,000 pounds, maybe you are making 2,000 pounds. You will pay almost 700 pounds on rent. Then the remaining 300 pounds you manage to eat. You will transport. By the time you finish in a month, you will not see 100 pounds left in your pocket. That is what some Nigerians go there to. I'm not saying traveling abroad is not good. But when you're traveling, build yourself here so that when you go there, you'll be valued. Have value. And what is that value? Visibility, action, leverage, utilize, efficiency. And that takes us to, how can you start your business? The number one thing you need to do in starting your business is to understand your business. Never you forget this. The fundamental thing you need in starting your business is to understand your business. So many people join to do a business because a friend was doing it, or because somebody told them about the business. MMM came, Abby. Another one came. Another one just crashed not too long. Yes. And people will never learn. Give it another 2 months. Another one will come out. Mugu go fall. Ticket go cut. Yeah. This is the routine. Why? Desperation. Desperation. My wife was just telling me of someone close to her that lost 30-something million. Scam. If you are too desperate that it has entered, there's a level of desperation that becomes greed. When greed enters, mistake can be made. Because a dog that is going to his grave, they hear, come back. Bingo, bingo, he'll be doing his tail. Bingo, bingo, bingo. He's going before you know. That's what happens. That is what happens with youths. Don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. You see, life is a process. Never you forget this, write it down. Life is not a sprint, but marathon. Life is not a sprint. If you rush in, you will rush out. Life is not a sprint, but marathon. It's process, it's stages. There are places that we'll go to and speak. We'll get very huge money, very huge money, very huge money. It didn't start one day. It's a process. We didn't get to that level that day. It's a process. How many of us are ready to follow that process? Thank you, sir. How many of us are ready to follow that process? So understand your business. That's number one. Number two, good relationship in your business. Very, very important. So many people are not trustworthy. You are a plumber. They give you work to do. You now say, I'll buy original PVC pipe. They gave you money. You now go and Guantesha and bought one local, whether they fabricated it in Pape or somewhere, and brought it and did the work. And they ask you, 2 days. In fact, that same day, the person goes to flush. The whole thing baptized the place. Tomorrow he will call you. And you call yourself a believer. Relationship is very important in business. There's a misconception we must correct here. Your problem or your challenge in your business is not your competitors. No, it is you. That many people are doing the same line of business you are doing is not the problem. Why your business is where it is. No. You have not taken out time, one, to understand the business. Two, to build relationship. Then number three, sell benefits, not product futures. Sell benefits, not what? Product futures. This phone can somersault. This phone can do this. If I don't need all those futures, that phone is useless to me. You understand what I'm saying here? So sell benefit. Think and ask yourself, this thing I'm selling, how will it help this customer buying it? This customer likes crunchy buns. He eats these buns, saturate in the mouth. Tomorrow he will come back. Why won't I do crunchy buns for that customer? Why? I'm solving his problem. I've created solution. But if I now say, oh, these buns can do this, can do that, can do that, maybe that is not what he's looking out for. Will he buy? Never. That takes us to the fourth thing. Identify your customer. Identify your customer. 3 hours is not enough for me to talk on business. But I just want to give you a foundation. Identify your customer. And number 5, focus on your customer. There's a fundamental rule. Customer is the king. The customer has cash, and cash is the king. So if you must get that cash, you must concentrate on the customer. So focus on the customer. Know what the customer wants. That's what we call market segmentation. When you segment, you are in Karshi, but not in Karshi. So all that you need to do is to move and look at what will Karshi people like. Number 1, what kind of things will attract them? Do we have more of youth, or do we have more of elderly people? You begin to know what you can sell to them. That is how to do this thing. Very important. I will end with 5 or 6 levels of business, and I go. Now, first, I'll define money. O-N-E-Y. Money. M there is mindset. O is opportunity. I have less than 6 minutes. Opportunity. N is needs. Needs. E there is energy, which is focus. And Y is yield, which is result. That is the definition of money. So if you must attract money, first M, mindset. You must change your mindset. You cannot attract money if you are not thinking money. You become attracted to what you focus on. O is opportunity. Opportunities will always be there. Someone said something, said the door of opportunity swings on the hinges of adversity. The doors of opportunity swings on the hinges of adversity and challenges. So many people like it when it's fresh. But how to make it fresh, you don't know. You can turn lemons to lemonades. In every jewel, in every junk, there's a jewel in there. But you must turn that junk into a jewel. In every gold, there's an ore that gold appears in. But you need to crack that ore to get the gold in it. In every star, there's a scar. In every height to be climbed, there's a stretch. You need to stretch yourself. In every testimony, there's a test. God can make every mess to become a message. But you have to be determined to go. So what are the levels of money? Quickly, number 1 is credibility. Levels of money. Credibility is 1. A lot of us know cash. That was Cosmos, Dr. Cosmos. I learned that from him. Levels of money. Number 1 is credibility. Build credibility. Number 2 is credible relationship. When big men do something for you, when you do things for big men, stop looking at the pocket to expect what they will do for you. Sometimes we do it in church. Somebody comes and testify how God blessed him with a new car. Then after, you go near him. God bless you, sir. God bless you. You are loaded, sir. And be putting your head together. Please, can I get transport? No. That is not why the testimony was shared. The testimony was shared so you can know that that thing you are thinking that is impossible is possible. Don't always see people and be thinking what you can get from them. You have a lot you can give to them. So when you do something for a big man, stop looking at the pocket for 50,000, 20,000, 30,000. No. Pray in your mind. Even when he offers, tell him, sir, I did this thing for you from my mind. What you have done is you have built credibility and a credible relationship. Tomorrow he can give you a job that is worth 10 times, 20 times what he would have given you as dash. Number 3, build integrity. Dwight D. Eisenhower, 34th U.S. president, said something. He said the most supreme quality of every leader is an unquestionable integrity. When you have integrity, people will respect you. Your business can grow. The best supreme quality of every leader is an unquestionable integrity. How many of you are doing business with integrity? What did you mix in this your akara? Did you put color? No, but you put color. Tomorrow he will not come. Because he might be allergic to that color. The fourth thing is character. Character, bad character is like moving with a tire that is deflated, that is punctured. The car will go nowhere until that tire is changed. How many of you, somebody comes to buy something, I beg, if you no go buy, go. That mouth has pursued the person, and the person will not come back again. Listen to this. One bad customer can spoil your business. Why? He tells another person about the experience. 2 people have heard it. The 2 people tell another 2, 4. 4 to 8. 8 to 16, 32, 64. An exponential effect. Keep multiplying it by 2. Within 1 week, nobody comes to your shop again. Character. Number 5 is competence. How competent are you? Write it down. Excellence is not in multiplicity, but in mastery. Excellence is not in multiplicity, but in mastery. When you master what you are doing, you will do it well. And the last one, as we wrap this morning, is cash. That is the least of the levels of money. Cash is not the best thing you can have in your business. It is not money that will sustain your business. Character will sustain your business. Integrity will sustain your business. Credible relationship will sustain your business. Credibility will sustain your business. More than money, more than cash. These are the things that will attract cash. Somebody does not buy from you because your product is the best. No. He buys from you because someone recommended your product for him. You saw Pastor Gambo talking about my book. If he says, go and buy that book, will you say, who wrote it again? Because you trust him. That is what we're talking about. What are you selling? How are you selling it? And the last thing as I wind down this morning, I go back to investing on you. The best thing you can do for yourself is to develop yourself daily. It is a continuous continuum. Every day, find something you add to yourself. Yesterday, when I came back from the crusade around 11, I still found time to read something that night again. Because every day I must read something. Today I have 3 different speaking engagements. I've done one, I'm completing one now, I have one again. That is how life is. The more lazy you are, the more idle you are, the more tired you are. Busy people don't get tired. In all my life you have been faithful. Can we be upstanding this morning? If you can help me with the backup.